Corsica, August 15, 1769, a French island that had been Italian until the year before he was born. A family of minor nobility, no money, no connections. No particular reason to think this boy would matter to anyone. His name was Napoleon Bonaparte. He was 9 years old when he left for military school, 16 when he graduated, a year early. He was always in a hurry. At 26, he was given command of the French army in Italy. The army was underfed, underpaid, and hadn't won anything in years. In 12 months, Napoleon won 14 battles. He rewrote the rules of warfare: speed, surprise, strike where they don't expect you. By 30, he had taken Egypt, seized control of France, and made himself first consul. By 34, he was ready for something bigger. December 2, 1804, Notre Dame Cathedral, Paris. Pope Pius VII traveled from Rome to crown Napoleon Emperor of the French. Napoleon took the crown from his hands and placed it on his own head. He wasn't going to let anyone else decide that moment. Within a year, he defeated the combined armies of Austria and Russia at the Battle of Austerlitz, December 2, 1805, exactly 1 year after his coronation. His greatest military victory. By 1812, Napoleon controlled most of continental Europe, but his greatest achievement wasn't a battle. It was a document. The Napoleonic Code, March 21, 1804. Equality before the law, the right to own property, freedom of religion, abolition of feudal privilege. For the first time in history, a man's birth did not determine his rights. The Napoleonic Code is still the foundation of civil law in France, Italy, Spain, Quebec, Louisiana, and over 70 countries worldwide. He also spread the metric system, built public schools, founded the Banque de France. He was remaking civilization while simultaneously conquering it, and then came Russia. June 24, 1812. Napoleon crossed into Russia with 685,000 soldiers. The Russians refused to fight him directly. They retreated and burned everything behind them. Napoleon reached Moscow on September 14th. The city was on fire. The Russians had set it themselves. He waited 5 weeks for a peace offer that never came. Then the Russian winter arrived. Temperatures dropped to minus 37 degrees Celsius. Of the 685,000 soldiers who crossed into Russia, fewer than 100,000 came back. In April 1814, the Allies closed in on Paris. Napoleon abdicated. They exiled him to Elba, a small island off the coast of Italy, gave him sovereignty over it, thought that was the end. He escaped February 26, 1815, 700 soldiers. He sailed back to France. Troops sent to arrest him joined him instead. He walked back into Paris without firing a single shot. The 100 days had begun. It lasted 111 days. On June 18, 1815, Napoleon met the British under the Duke of Wellington and the Prussians under Blucher near a small Belgian village, Waterloo. The battle lasted 1 day. Up to 65,000 soldiers were killed or wounded. Napoleon needed the Prussians to arrive late. They arrived early. He lost. He abdicated 4 days later. For the second time. This time, they weren't taking chances. St. Helena, a British island in the South Atlantic, 1,870 kilometers from the coast of Africa, 2,800 kilometers from South America, the most remote inhabited island on Earth. Napoleon lived there for 6 years. He dictated his memoirs. He shaped his own legend. He complained about the food. On May 5, 1821, Napoleon Bonaparte died. He was 51 years old. Here is what he left behind: the legal systems of over 70 countries, the metric system, public secondary schools, the central bank model, modern meritocracy, The idea that talent, not birth, should determine your place in the world. He lost his empire. But the ideas he spread could not be taken back. The kings of Europe spent 20 years trying to put the old world back together after Napoleon broke it. They failed. The world Napoleon made is closer to the world we live in today than the world he was born into. Not bad for a boy from Corsica. Napoleon Bonaparte in 2 minutes. Subscribe to Doodle Chronicles. New history every week. Don't miss it.